Diddy! I need Trey's password.
The following is a presentation of the Game Time Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Diamond from the campus of Motlow State, right here in beautiful Tullahoma, Tennessee. This is Motlow State Bucks Baseball. And now, it's game time.
Yes, indeed, folks. It is game time. Welcome on in as we are on the campus of Motlow State here in beautiful Tullahoma, Tennessee. Jay Harper with you, Game Time Sports Network, as we are excited to offer up our debut stream for Motlow State Baseball for 2026. It is a conference matchup against the powerhouse. The folks here at Motlow State, they've got their hands full here today as the nationally ranked. I believe they are ranked number 4 in the country at the moment. That would be the Walter State Senators. Coach David Shelton bringing his crew from Morristown, Tennessee, to face the Bucks. Yep, the team here from Morristown, they come into the game 11-2 overall, just getting started with conference play, but they are undefeated in the conference, 3-0, as we face the Walter State team that last year ended up in the championship for the NJCAA. And you can always bet that Coach Shelton has, he just reloads. And I'm sure this will be an exciting game here today. On the mound for Motlow State, it's Jack Roberts. And Jack coming in with a 1-1 record and a 12.54 ERA. And we are getting started already here. And the first batter leading things off for the Walter State Senators is Cole Fenton. He, the shortstop, and the leadoff batter. He'll be followed by the third baseman, Holden Pantier. And that's not the way you want to start things off, as Fenton gets hit by the pitch, and that will bring up Pantier now, as Fenton on first. Pantier batting a crisp .524, and the stolen base is successful, as Fenton has 2 steals on the year. He's yet to be caught. So that will be 3 stolen bases. Again, Pantier, .524. Again, the season just getting started, but an impressive batting average nonetheless. As that pitch just a bit down and away. Jack Roberts, again, the starting pitcher for Coach Dan McShay. And that pretty well hit. And didn't take long to get on the scoreboard, as that leaves the ballpark for Pantier. And that will make it quickly 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Pantier, that his second home run of the year. That brings up Hayden Blair. Hayden Blair behind the plate, the catcher for Walters State. Blair comes in batting .294 on the year. He's got 4 dingers to be tied for the lead on the team with Luke Graham. And Luke batting 5th in the lineup here today. That gets through the defense as the second baseman Vaughn can't handle that grounder that finds its way out into right center. So I would think that would probably be an error. But nonetheless, this is Drew Blaylock up at the plate, the first baseman for the Walters State Senators. Drew coming in a .341 average. He's got 3 homers on the season. On deck is Luke Graham, the right fielder. And getting fooled on that pitch. That makes it a 2-1 count to Drew Blaylock. And the throw over to first. Keeping Blair honest. The pitch now, the 2-1. And that gets called a strike. Just brushing the low portion of the zone. That makes it 2-2. And a nice job by the catcher, Rodriguez Gallo, keeping that one in front of him and not allowing Blair to scamper down to second base. From the stretch now, the pitch from Roberts, swung on. And completing the double play. So quickly, 2 down. Man, they needed that. As Blaylock hits into the DP. That does bring Luke Graham to the plate. Luke, a sophomore from Yukon, Oklahoma. And as I mentioned earlier, he is tied on the team for the most home runs with 4, tied with Hayden Blair. And the check swing is successful. 2-0 now. And fouled back, out of play. Two and one the count with 2 down. 2 outs courtesy of a timely double play. But there's another hit batsman. The second of the inning already for Roberts. So that'll send Graham down to first base. And Justin Bell, the second baseman, will now step in the batter's box. Should Bell reach, it'll be the DH, Kenny Cox. Bell is a redshirt sophomore from Maryville, Tennessee. Roberts now from the stretch. And just a little bit low in the zone, 1-0. The pitch is fouled back. That'll make it 1-1. With a runner on, the pitch now. And look good, but not good enough for the umpire to raise that right hand. The 2-1 now from Roberts. And that finds the plate to even us up at 2-2. And that gets away from the catcher, and the throw down to down to second. Gets away from the shortstop, Fulmer, who was trying to cover the bag. So the runner advances. So with a runner in scoring position now. The full count, swung on. And no, they do get him at first base. So nice play. Nice fielding play from Causey, who whips it over to Kaufman and records the third out. So we are again just getting started here as we head to the bottom of the first inning. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. The Senators already putting a couple of cross after the two-run homer from Holden Pantier. Let's get to the starting lineup. Again, they jumped a little early here and caught me before I had a chance to run through the lineup for you. For Motlow State, Dan McShay's crew. Batting first, it's the center fielder, Dylan Coppy. Batting second, the second baseman, Hunter Vaughn. Batting third, it's the shortstop, Andrew Fulmer. Nick Causey batting cleanup. He's playing third. Bennett Kaufman at first base, batting fifth. Cameron Vessel. He is the DH here today. Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo, the catcher, batting seventh. Axel Dyson, he is in right field, batting eighth. Maddox Meeks is in left, the number 9 batter. On the hill for the Walter State Senators is Preston Allen. Preston is a redshirt sophomore, good-sized young man, 6'5", 225. He's from Knoxville, went to Reynoldsburg High Academy. Preston with an impressive .73 ERA, 2-0 on the year. He has pitched 12 and a third innings thus far this season. So a number of talented hurlers on this David Shelton squad. This is a doubleheader day here on the Game Time Sports Network with Motlow State Baseball. We're playing 2 7-inning games. The game 2 is scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. Central. We'll see how that goes. So again, Dylan Coppy, the center fielder, he will get things going as he leads things off for the Bucks. Dylan coming in, batting .250 on the year from the left-hand side. And the fastball up and away in the zone for ball one. Coach McShay telling me before the game he's got about a third of his roster out, either injured or has the flu. So he is a bit shorthanded here today. And, man, this is not the team you want to be shorthanded against, certainly. This Walters State squad. 2-0 now. To the center fielder for Motlow State, Dylan Coppy. Swung on and fielded cleanly by the third baseman, Pantier. He fires it over to Blaylock. One down. Hunter Vaughn is now the batter. Hunter is playing second base. And a 400 average coming on in. Another lefty stepping into the batter's box. The pitch right there. Good-looking fastball. The pitcher again, Preston Allen. And his catcher, Hayden Blair. Fouled back to make it 0-2. So quickly in the hole here is Hunter Vaughn. He'll be followed by Andrew Fulmer, the shortstop, Nick Causey, the third baseman, batting cleanup for the Bucks. The pitch now swung on and fielded cleanly by the second baseman. That's Justin Bell to record the second out. And this is Andrew Fulmer, shortstop. Fulmer, 345 average on this young season. He's got a couple of dingers to his credit already. Nobody on. Just getting started. We're in the bottom of the first. The pitch missing inside. Waiting on deck, the cleanup hitter for the Bucks. That would be one Nick Causey. Fouled back out of play. The pitch now from Preston Allen. That finds the plate. That puts the count even at 2-2. 2 outs, 2-0. Walters State off of a 2-run homer by the third baseman, Holden Pantier. And down on strikes goes Fulmer. So 3 up, 3 down for Walters State. And that will now take us to the top of the second inning. Again, I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. We are looking at a rather muggy, humid day here in Tullahoma. Currently at 68 degrees. Of course, that's, better than what we have been dealing with. That cold weather that really rearranged a lot of lives. And this game, of course, was scheduled to, the doubleheader was scheduled to begin tomorrow. They were supposed to be 2 games on Friday and a game on Saturday, but the rainy forecast for the weekend forced the rescheduling of these games for today and tomorrow. We still have some showers in the forecast, so hopefully we can get these games in without any delays or rainouts or what have you. So Jack Roberts takes his warm-up tosses. And the first batter he will face in the top of the second is the designated hitter, Kenny Cox. And that pitch getting past Gallo. Cox, a redshirt sophomore. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. DHing today, but catcher, his natural position. 2-1 now. Miles Shore, the left fielder, waiting on deck. Cox batting an even .300 coming into today's game. And he loses him on the base on balls, the full count. And Cox will reach first base, and that does bring up the left fielder, Miles Shore. Miles, a redshirt freshman coming from Marietta, Georgia. So with the runner on first, the pitch now, and that sneaks past Gallo. Gives it a cursory throw down to second. But Cox makes his way down there without much of a problem. The sun trying to peek through a little bit of this overcast sky here in Tullahoma. Would certainly help dry the field out a little bit. The field was covered overnight, but still quite a bit of water on the field earlier. And I would like to say the grounds crew took care of the field, but the grounds crew, they're the guys you see out there right now. The players were the grounds crew this morning, getting the field in shape. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on second, nobody out. And this, the left fielder, Miles Shore, at the plate. And a good pitch finds the plate. That makes it 2-2. Shore, a cool .381 average on the season. From the stretch now and swinging through. Due up next is the center fielder, Jackson Walker, the number 9 hitter for the Senators. That is Kenny Cox on second base. He got aboard by walking and then stole second. And staying alive on the foul. Needing some more baseballs. As mentioned, today a doubleheader day, 2 7-inning games. Tomorrow, a full 9-inning contest that is scheduled to begin at noon. And we'll have it for you right here on the Game Time Sports Network. So Roberts comes through with the strikeout. As Shore goes down with the K, he looks at strike 3. That the first out here in the top of the second. And it brings up the center fielder, Jackson Walker, left-handed guy here that is a redshirt freshman, 5'11", 195 pounds. As he pushes one. And getting the base, outrunning things, is Walker. Speedy young man. Usually the center fielders are. So we are back to the top of the order, and that is a ball that gets away from Gallo, allowing the runner to score. That's Kenny Cox, who advanced over to third. And now we have a 3-0 score as the Senators jumping out to an early lead. Still only one away with Cole Fenton up at the plate. He walked his first time up. Actually, he was hit by a pitch. Jackson Walker reached on an infield single to third. He is at second base now. And that hit out of play, just fouled down the third baseline. One out, 1-1 count on the leadoff batter for the Senators, Cole Fenton. He swings through that breaking ball. That brings us to a 1-2 count now. 2 strikes, 1 ball, 1 away. Taking his time is Roberts from the stretch, and keeping it in front of him was Gallo. Walker just getting in there. Gallo's throw to Causey was very close, but Walker does manage to get into third safely. 2-2 count with 1 down. If Fenton reaches, it'll be the young man who made it a 2-0 game in the top of the first with a home run. That's Holden Pantier, the third baseman. He waits on deck. And that is lifted out to left field. And another run does score. And that does bring Pantier up to the plate as he swings at the very first pitch. As mentioned, Pantier did homer his first time up. One ball, one strike now. One out. Fenton doubled out to left field as Meeks couldn't quite handle it. That lifted. And catching it in foul territory, the first baseman. Nice job from Bennett Kaufman, who tracked that down to record the second out. So, nice job of giving, obviously, a very dangerous hitter, getting him retired, Holden Painter, but you got another dangerous hitter right behind him. That would be the catcher, Hayden Blair, who is now at the plate, batting from the left-hand side. And a strike. Blair, a redshirt sophomore, Sonoya, Georgia, 6'3", 230 pounds. A lot of good-sized young men on this Walter State team. One ball, two strikes with two down. The catcher, Hayden Blair, as you can see, batting from the left-hand side. 294 on the year, 4 homers. One of the leaders on the team in the round trippers. Tied with Luke Graham, also with 4 home runs. From the stretch with a runner on second, lifting it out to left field. And can't make the catch. So I believe Meeks may have thought he was closer to the fence than he realized. So that does put another run across as Blair finds himself on second base with 2 down. And now it's Drew Blaylock, the first baseman, up at the plate now for the Senators. Blaylock hit into a double play his last time up. Luke Graham, who has 4 homers, the number 5 hitter, waits on deck if Blaylock can reach. That hit solidly out to center field, and the catch is made. Hauled in by Copy. Boy, they needed that. That one of those line drives that kind of has that top spin on it, but Copy was able to haul it in for the third out. Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network, as we are bringing you Motlow State Baseball this season, and happy to be doing so. We'll be around for the next game, of course, due to start at 2 p.m. This is Central Time, of course, here in Tullahoma for those of you that may be watching that are Walter State fans over in Morristown in that Eastern time zone. Preston Allen taking his warm-up tosses. Nick Causey will get things started for the Bucks. Nick, the third baseman. Causey, a sophomore. This is his first time at the plate as the Bucks were retired 1-2-3 in that bottom of the first inning. Fouled back out of play. Nick is to be followed by the first baseman, Bennett Kaufman. Nick batting .368 on the year. The pitch from Preston Allen. And a little roundhouse breaking ball didn't do much. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That misses outside. That'll even us up at 2-2. From the windup, that pitch high, that'll fill us up at 3-2. As mentioned, Bennett Kaufman waiting on deck. Down on strikes goes Causey. 1 down. Bennett Kaufman, good-sized freshman, steps up to the plate now. Kaufman has not had much in the way of playing time thus far this season. This is only his 3rd start on the year and his 6th game altogether, as that is fouled off his hands. Oh, 2 now to the first baseman, Bennett Kaufman. Cameron Vessels waits on deck. And a rather short at bat for Kaufman, as he is rung up for the second out. Three strikeouts now for the pitcher, Preston Allen. Stepping in now is the DH. That pretty well hit, as that rolls around in the corner. So the first hit for the Bucks as the DH Cameron Vessels doubles out to left field. That will bring up the catcher. That's Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo. Alejandro seeing limited action thus far this season. This is sixth game of the year. Swung on over toward third. But the throw is made. And Rodriguez Gallo is retired, I believe. Well, are the umpires going to discuss things here? Maybe he was not thrown out in time. Yeah, they are confirming the call that he is indeed out. So Gallo is retired. As we move to the top of the third here. Luke Graham will lead things off this inning for the Senators. Luke walked his last time up. He'll be followed by Justin Bell and Kenny Cox. A bit breezy here in Tullahoma. A gray, overcast, humid day, 68 degrees. Jack Roberts still on the hill. As Graham steps in now. And that breaking ball finds the plate. And another strike. Just giving the outside corner. 0-2. That lifted out toward left field, but it is out of play. The windup now from Roberts, the 1-0 pitch. Make that 2-0 now. And down on strikes. So a good pitch there that rings up Graham. That'll send Justin Bell up to the plate now. That the second strikeout for Roberts. That lifted out toward right field, but out of play. One and one. Now that misses outside. 2 balls and a strike to the Senators' second baseman, Justin Bell. He's to be followed by the DH. That shallow center. And Fulmer tracks it down, the shortstop, to record the second out. So a pop-up for Bell. Up to the plate now, the DH, Kenny Cox. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Swinging and taking it himself is Roberts. So an easy inning for the Bucks as they get through the top of the third unscathed. But it is still a 5-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Again, I'm Jay Harper. This is Game Time Sports Network. We'll have the second game of our doubleheader here today, scheduled for a 2 p.m. Central Time start. And tomorrow's 9-inning game. We're playing 2 7-inning games here today for the doubleheader. But we are scheduled for a full 9-inning game tomorrow, noon, here on the Game Time Sports Network. So happy to be getting the baseball season underway here on Game Time. And, of course, we're also covering softball here for Motlow State this season. So we'll have the home conference games for softball as well. And, of course, basketball still going on. Our next basketball game here on the Game Time Sports Network for the Bucks, February 28th. So it'll be a little over a week away on the last day of the month as Dyersburg State. The Eagles will come to the Nesbitt Center, Copperweld Arena. And we invite you to join us for that. It'll be a 2 o'clock start for the ladies, 4 o'clock for the men here on the Game Time Sports Network. You can find all of these games at GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. And we also do our best to get things on social media to make things easy for folks to find, but at times the social media feeds can be a little screwy, so I encourage you to consistently be able to watch the games. The website, the best place to be and to go, GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. As we get the bottom of the third underway, and this is Axel Dyson, the right fielder. Axel, a freshman. He's batting .333 thus far this season. This only his third start of the year and his fifth game that he has seen some action. 2 balls and a strike now. Preston Allen still on the hill, of course, for this Walter State team. Missing the mark outside. 3-1 the count. Dyson will be followed by the left fielder, Maddox Meeks. He waits on deck. And Allen loses it. That's his first base on balls. So Dyson takes his base. Here is Meeks now, the left fielder. Good pitch, just catches that outside corner. Meeks batting .313. This is 8th start of the year. And that one gets away from Allen. And that does allow Dyson to scamper down to second base. That's his first steal of the year. And we're seeing a little blue sky here in Tullahoma. And just missing outside by about 8 to 10 inches. 2-1 now with nobody out. Laced out to right center. That finds the gap. And they are waving Dyson home, and he scores without a throw. So the Bucks able to come across the RBI double from Meeks. Makes it a 5-1 game. So we're back at the top of the order with Dylan Coppy. Dylan, a .250 hitter thus far on the season. Can't quite get around on that Allen fastball as that is sliced over toward the Bucks dugout. Finding the inside corner for the strike. 0-2 now to the Bucks leadoff hitter, Dylan Coppy, the center fielder. He grounded out his first time up. Putting the ball in play and able to make it home safely, and scoring are the Bucks, as that is Meeks. So the RBI for Coppy puts another on the board for the Bucks to make it 5-2. Still nobody out here. Swung on the first pitch. So the out is made. One away. And the first pitch, strike to the shortstop, Fulmer. Dylan Copy still at first base. He got there on a single. And the check swing was successful. 2 balls and a strike now to the Buck shortstop, who struck out his first time up. And the steal attempt, and he gets in there. Dylan Copy picking up his first stolen base of the season. He attempted one before and was caught. Three balls and a strike now. Hit pretty well out to center field. And that one is out of here. Fulmer pops one in dead center field. A 2-run blast for the Bucks as they pull even closer to Walters State, down now by just a run, 5-4. So Fulmer laying into one, a 2-run homer. That brings the cleanup hitter, Nick Causey, to the plate. He fanned his first time up. Just one out here. Now Blair and Allen want to have a chat, and David Shelton will join them. I believe that's Coach Shelton, or perhaps that's the pitching coach. Hard to tell from my vantage point here. Sean Robinson, the Senators' pitching coach. Here on the Game Time Sports Network, we will also have Cleveland State basketball this Saturday. Southwest, the Salukis, Southwest Tennessee from Memphis, will be visiting Cleveland State on Saturday. We'll have the women's and men's action for you, of course. 2 o'clock Eastern for the ladies, 4 o'clock for the men. The chat has concluded. So with a 1-0 count and 1 out, Causey steps back into the box, swinging through that. Just got a piece of it. And the breaking ball just finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on. After a bases clearing homer from Andrew Fulmer. Swung and hit off the hands out to right field. That finds the grass and keeps things rolling along for the Bucks as Causey comes up with the little bloop single. Here is Bennett Kaufman now. Kaufman struck out his first time up. Swings through that pitch. The 0-1 pitch is outside. 1-1. Nick Causey on first base after the single. That pretty well hit out to left field. And that puts the Bucks ahead. It's a 2-run blast, the second of the inning for the Bucks. As Bennett Kaufman puts the Bucks on top, 6-5 with one out. The Bucks just keep on keeping on. That Kaufman's first home run of the year. Still only one away. As the DH now will step to the plate, Cameron Vessels. He doubled out to left field his first time at bat as he looks at a chin-high fastball. Preston Allen entered the game with a .73 ERA. He has been almost unstoppable thus far this season, but his ERA getting dinged up a bit here in this one. A full count now to the designated hitter, Cameron Vessels, with Rodriguez Gallo waiting on deck. Down on strikes goes Vessels. Two down. Gallo grounded out to shortstop his first time up. And a fastball sizzles across the plate. Good looking breaking ball. 0-2 now to Rodriguez Gallo. And missing way outside. The 1-2 pitch. That smacked pretty well. And it's another round tripper, the third of the inning. Rodriguez Gallo adds to the lead for Motlow State. That makes it a 7-5 game. So I do believe we are going to have a pitching change. My vantage point does not allow me to see who was warming up. I knew someone was, but I believe they are bringing in Sam Martell, a freshman lefty. A rough outing for Preston Allen. So after the Gallo home run, Coach David Shelton elects to make the pitching change, and it is the lefty, Sam Martell. Sam from Walnut Grove, Georgia. Another tall pitcher, 6'5", 210.
Connor.
Sam has only pitched 2 2/3 innings on the season. Of course, we're just getting started. This is his 3rd appearance of the year. So the season is quite young, of course. In the 2.2 innings, hitters are having a rough time against him, only hitting 182 thus far this year. Axel Dyson, who walked his last time up, the right fielder, he will be the first batter that Martell will face. Two away here with the Bucks up by 2, 7-5. And a first pitch strike from Martell. Maddox Meeks, who had a double his last time up, the number 9 hitter, he waits on deck. And the survival swing comes up empty for the 3rd out. The strikeout as Martell comes in and stops the bleeding. As we are now moving to the top of the 4th inning, with the Bucks up by a pair after the 3 home run inning. A couple of 2-run homers. Andrew Fulmer, Bennett Kaufman, and then the solo blast from Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo made it a 7-5 game. Miles Shore, who struck out his first time up, will be the first batter in the top of the 4th as we enjoy some Zach Top in between innings. The CMA's new male vocalist of the year. Could it be that the country music pendulum is swinging back more traditional? We can only hope. The warm-up tosses have been completed. The throw down to second. So Jack Roberts finds himself with a lead now. As Miles Shore steps up to the plate for the Senators, who find themselves in an unusual situation, and that is being behind, having to play some catch-up baseball. Of course, this high-powered offense just down by 2 runs, not anything of real concern, I'm sure, to them. They know that they certainly have the firepower, but The out is made at first as Miles Shore is retired. Swinging on the first pitch is Jackson Walker. So quickly, 2 down here now. We're back to the top of the order with Cole Fenton. Cole has a double to left and a hit by pitch in his 2 appearances today. Fouled out of play. And scooting him off the plate a bit. 2 balls and a strike. That evens the count at 2-2. Roberts kind of settling down a little. Reaching out to grab that. But that is in foul territory that nobody could track down. Kaufman gave it a chase. 2-2 count with 2 down. And the strikeout. A nice job from Jack Roberts, who again for the 2nd inning in a row keeps this Walters State team in check, as the Bucks will now head back to the plate with that 7-5 lead. Sam Martell still in the game, of course, the big tall lefty. Maddox Meeks will be the first batter that Martell will see here in the bottom of the 4th. Well, we saw a little blue sky for about 2 minutes, and it went away. Back to the overcast, cloudy conditions. The sun's been trying to sneak through. So Meeks steps in now. He has a double to right field to his credit here thus far today. And a strike from Martell. 2-1 now. Meeks, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Dylan Copy, the leadoff batter, waits on deck. And down on strikes goes Meeks. So we are back to the top of the order with one away. Copy singling his last time up. And the sun continuing to toy with us as it has broken through the clouds just a bit. Copy fouling that off. That'll make it 1-2. And another strikeout for Martell. He has certainly come in and done the job. Here is Hunter Vaughn. He flied out to center field his last time up. Hunter, the second baseman for Motlow State. If Hunter can reach, it'll be Fulmer, who has a two-run homer here today. As Vaughn looks at the called strike, that makes it 1-1. One and two. Martell works fast, and he has come in and thrown strikes. Missing up and away. And just a stay alive swing. That makes it still 2-2. Three strikeouts for the inning. Martell doing the job. 3 up, 3 down, all via the K. We're in the top of the fifth now. 2 7-inning games on the slate today for the Bucks and the Senators, and a 9-inning game with a noon start scheduled for tomorrow. And we'll have it for you, of course, on the Game Time Sports Network. Jack Roberts will be led off with Holden Pantier, the Walter State third baseman. He got the scoring started today with a 2-run homer in the top of the first. But he fouled out to the first baseman his last time up. Hayden Blair and Drew Blaylock. They are due up this inning as well. Pantier stepping in. And that pitch misses the target. Swung on. And that is grabbed by Vaughn for the very first out. One away. They have managed to retire Pantier his last 2 times up. This is Hayden Blair, who hit a double to left field and reached on an error his first time up. Blair, the catcher for this Walter State club, batting .294 on the year. 4 homers thus far. And catching the outside corner for the strike. Big cut that comes up empty. That brings the count full at 3-2. And the base on balls. The first baseman, Blaylock. He's hit into a double play today. Looks at a called strike. Hissing outside. 1-1 with 1 down. Runner on first after Blair walked. And back. Getting Blair back over to the bag. Blair does have a couple of stolen bases this season. Missing inside. The 3-1 pitch now from Roberts. Swung on and fouled. That'll fill us up at 3-2. Luke Graham, the number 5 hitter, is waiting on deck. And that finds its way out to left field for the clean single. So with 1 out, 2 runners on now. Luke Graham up at the plate. Graham has walked and struck out. One of the heavy hitters for Coach Shelton. 4 homers on the year. And the quick throw by Rodriguez Gallo. That chases Blaylock back to first. So Coach McShay wants to have a chat as he comes out to the mound. Perhaps just checking to see how Roberts feels. He has thrown quite a few pitches. Roberts stays on the mound for the Bucks after the mound visit. As we resume things with a couple of runners on and one out. And the strike to Luke Graham. Blair and Blaylock, the base runners. Big cut for Graham, coming up empty. That makes it a full count at 3-2. The payoff pitch now with two runners on. And down on strikes for the second time today, Luke Graham. Justin Bell, he has grounded out to third and popped up to left field, or center field, pardon me, shallow center. And that just gets by everybody and does advance the runners. Two runners now in scoring position for Walter State. So the tying runs in scoring position now with two down. And fouling it off the hands is Bell. Justin, the second baseman, hitting .333 coming into today's game with 2 home runs, 8 RBI. And he gets plunked. So another hit by pitch. I believe that's the third one today for Roberts. Loading the bases now with 2 outs. Playing with fire here. Kenny Cox, the DH, is the batter. And the throw gets past the first baseman. That ties us up. Unfortunate turn of events. As the throw could not be handled by the first baseman, Kaufman. And the Bucks cough up 2 runs on the defensive miscue. You certainly don't want to give these guys extra outs and that just sails over everyone. And out at the plate, though, as the go-ahead run, Justin Bell and Coach Shelton pleading his case that he does not agree with the out call I will say from my vantage point, it did look like he got him tagged before he reached the plate. Regardless, that is the ump's call. So at least the Bucks keep things from getting them where they're behind again. We're tied up at 7 apiece as the Bucks will now head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Martell finishing up his warm-up pitches. He has certainly come in and done the job. Struck out the sides his last time up. Andrew Fulmer, who has a 2-run blast on the day as well as a strikeout. He'll be the first batter in the bottom of the 5th. Swinging at the first pitch, fouling it away to quickly go 0-1. Fulmer to be followed by the cleanup hitter, Nick Causey. Bennett Kaufman also due up. And Fulmer looks at a strike. Little bit of blue sky peeking through again. Of course, every time I say that, it quickly disappears. Holding up on the check swing is Fulmer. The count even at 2-2. That fills the count now, 3-2. And the base on balls. Good at bat for Fulmer to lead things off for the Bucks this inning. And now bringing the cleanup hitter to the plate for Coach McShay. This would be Nick Causey. Nick's got a strikeout and a single to right field. And knocking him off his feet and stealing the base is Fulmer. That's his 3rd stolen base of the year. Good fastball. The 2-0 pitch now from the stretch. There's a strike. Fulmer dancing around at second base. The go-ahead run in scoring position for the Bucks. And just a little lazy throw over to second. So the umpires having a discussion with the Walters State coach. I think it has something to do with a mound visit and not permitting it or something along those lines. Just speculation on my part. So Coach Helton rather animated in his discussion. So whatever that was about, the coach walks back to his dugout with his head down. Not pleased with whatever the outcome desired was because it didn't happen apparently. The 2-1 pitch now from Martell is high. That'll put us at 3-1 now to Nick Causey. Can actually see a few shadows now with the sun coming out a little. Off the hands and fouled out of play. That'll bring us to a full count. Go ahead run on second. That's Fulmer. Down on strikes goes Causey. A very opportune strike. Of course, there's never a bad time for a strikeout, but there are certainly optimum times, and Martell certainly needed one there. First out of the inning as the first baseman Kaufman up at the plate. He's got a 2-run homer to his credit. As Fulmer chased back to the bag. And a called strike. And just sneaking in is Fulmer. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. One down. A 1-1 count to the Bucks first baseman, Bennett Kaufman. And that scooted Bennett off the plate a bit. And a called strike. The count even at 2 apiece. Andrew Fulmer at third. He reached base on a walk and has managed to advance 2 more bases. As Kaufman goes down. That's his second strikeout of the day. 8 strikeouts altogether for the Bucks in this first game of the doubleheader. Cameron Vessels, one of those strikeout victims. He is the batter now as he looks at a called strike on the first pitch. And the foul. An unfortunate position of the pole, but it is what it is. We can still see Fulmer. Yeah, he's over there at third base. Vessels stepping back into the box now. Looking at an 0-2 count with 2 down. And that pitch outside from Martell. There is some activity in the Walter State bullpen. And fouled straight back. Vessels hanging in there with a 1-2 count. Go ahead run right there at third base. That backs Cameron off the plate. A 2-2 count. Cameron has a double to left and a strikeout on the day. And 2 strikeouts on the day now as Martell is able to come through and prevent that go-ahead run from crossing the plate. The top of the 6th now is where we're headed. I'm Jay Harper. This is the Game Time Sports Network, our debut live stream of Motlow State Baseball. As we're excited to be here, looking forward to covering the Bucks all season long. And we'll also have Bucks softball this year. We'll be covering the home conference games for softball as well. So for the moment, these clouds have cleared out of here. It'd be nice if that will continue to be the case, where we won't have any interruptions for Game 2, which is scheduled to start in 15 minutes. And that, I guess, we're going to run a little late, but it's possible that we could blow through these 2 innings unless we go to extras here with the score knotted up at 7 apiece. Coach Shelton and the umpire still continuing to have a discussion. Jack Roberts still on the mound for the Bucks. He got off to a bit of a rocky start, but then has settled in nicely. The Bucks with a 7-5 lead earlier, and then an unfortunate turn of events, error on the throw from Rodriguez Gallo to first, trying to pick a runner off, and that allowed 2 runs to score and thus tie us up. This is Kenny Cox up at the plate. Miles Shore is on deck. From the windup, Roberts delivers the strike. He stays alive at 3-1. That'll make it 3-2 on the foul tip. That hit very well. That is a go-ahead blast. The Senators with the solo leadoff homer from the designated hitter, Kenny Cox. That brings us to an 8-7 game. And now Coach Dan coming out, and I think he's going to take the ball. Yes, he is, from Roberts. And we do have a new pitcher making his way to the mound, and I believe it is Hunter Hogan. Just got a glimpse of the back of the jersey. I do believe it's Hogan. We'll find out. And it is indeed Hunter Hogan, right-handed freshman. This will only be his 4th appearance on the year. He has an 0-1 record. And that inflated ERA at 12.27. But, of course, early in the season, you can have one bad inning and your ERA will just get all lopsided. So that's really not anything to take into all that much consideration at this juncture of the season. He's only pitched 3 2/3 innings on the year. But he will take his windups and his warm-up pitches here. So Jack Roberts going 5 innings. And as we said, he got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but settled in okay. So after the Kenny Cox homer, this is Miles Shore, who has struck out and grounded out to short. And a strike from Hogan. Hunter also plays some outfield in addition to pitching, as Shore comes up empty on that big hack. 1-2 now. Jackson Walker waits on deck, the Senators center fielder. So Hogan comes in, does the job, and retires Shore on strikes. That's Miles' second K of the day. One down. Here is Walker now, the center fielder. Nice pitch right there. As Hogan lets out a grunt as he releases that fastball that got away from Rodriguez Gallo. That'll make the count 2-1. Three and one now. The pitch from Hogan. Swung on and taken by Kaufman solo, unassisted. Two down now. And we are back to the top of the order. This is Cole Fenton. Cole with a walk, a double to left, and a strikeout. Cole coming into today, 2 homers, 15 RBI with a 4.04 average. Cold strike. Fenton reaches on his second walk of the day. Actually, he was hit by a pitch earlier, so he will now take his base, and that brings up Holden Pantier, the third baseman. Pantier with a 2-run homer on the day. Looks at a called strike from Hogan. The 0-1 pitch now. Fouled out of play. just giving a piece of that. Hogan does let out that Nolan Ryan grunt when he muscles that fastball up there. An 0-2 pitch coming now from Hogan. That is laced out to the gap in right center. Coming in to score is the leadoff batter, Fenton. After he walked, he manages to get a good running start and score all the way from first base. So a 2-out double from Pantier. Hogan had Pantier 0-2, but Pantier winning the battle and driving in another run for the Senators to put them up by 2. 2-out damage by this powerful Senators team. And that pitch just above the belt for a ball. That brings the count to 3-1. Pantier giving a good-sized lead at second. And that just catching the inside corner. Blair didn't think so. Hayden Blair, the batter. That fills the count. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch with 2 down. Runner on second. And that misses the mark. A base on balls for Blair. His second walk of the day. That does bring up Blaylock now. Missing outside for the first pitch. That lifted out to center field, and it is gone. It is another blast for this powerful Senators offense. Blaylock crushes one to center field. A 3-run shot that breaks this game open 12-7. All of this 2-out damage by Walter State. As Hogan started out well to begin this inning, and then things just kind of falling apart on him. And a called strike there. This is Luke Graham. Luke has had a little bit of difficulty at the plate today with a couple of strikeouts. One and two now. Hogan a pitch away from getting out of this inning. Oh, and it's another hit batsman. Roberts had 3 hit batsmen, and there is one now for Hogan. As Coach Dan comes out trying to calm his young freshman pitcher down. There is some activity in the Bucks bullpen, but I think this is just a settle down, son type of discussion. With 2 outs, just an out away from getting out of this inning, but you've got another base runner here with Graham getting hit by the pitch. And the confab breaks up. There is a right-hander warming up for the Bucks. Not able to see who it is just yet. I believe the pitcher warming up is the right-hander Landry Baker, a freshman. Justin Bell at the plate for Walter State. Swinging through that pitch, making it a 1-1 count. If Justin reaches, Kenny Cox, who hit a home run his last time up, he is the next batter due up. Hogan with 2 strikes on this batter as well. He had 2 strikes. Had 2 strikes on Graham and ended up hitting him with a pitch. He was a strike away from getting out of things with Graham, and in the same situation here now. Hit over to Fulmer, and he makes the play. Nice job. That was Bill Skull did that one. But Fulmer coming through to retire the sides, but not before the Senators do all kinds of 2-out damage. 12-7 our score now. As the Bucks will now head to the plate in the bottom of the 6th. 4 minutes past 2 p.m. Of course, we had the second game due to begin at 2 o'clock, so we'll get it started a little later than scheduled. But again, the sun has come out. We hope that that is something that sticks around for a while to get us through the second game without any issues weather-wise. And tomorrow, it's a 9-inning contest that is scheduled for a noon first pitch. We'll have it right here on the Game Time Sports Network. Cleveland State basketball also happening here on Game Time on Saturday. Southwest Tennessee. Coach Jarrett Stevens will bring the Salukis, the men's team, to Cleveland State to face the Cougars. Leading off the inning is the catcher, Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo. He with a home run here today. He's also grounded out to shortstop. Sam Martell, the big tall lefty, still hurling for the Senators. And his first pitch to Alejandro is a strike. There's a check swing that he couldn't check as he does go across. That makes it 0-2 now. And quickly, he is retired on 3 pitches. The right fielder, Axel Dyson, he has struck out. He's walked today. And reaching across, trying to catch up with that fastball. Coming up empty. And another strike. As Martell is dealing here. And Dyson doing what I would have suggested, stepping out, slowing this pitcher down a little bit, as he is certainly in a rhythm. And reaching across. And a little floater that the first baseman, that is Blaylock, had no trouble grabbing. Maddox Meeks, the batter now. The left fielder here in game 1 for Coach Dan. Swinging through the first pitch he sees. And a called strike. So quickly, 0-2 hole for Meeks. Martell wanted that one. Just missing. No activity in the Walter State bullpen. That's popped back out of play. The count at 2-2 with 2 down. And that is a called third strike to retire the sides. So Meeks records his second strikeout of the day. Well, at least the Bucks will have the top of the order when they come to bat in the 7th inning. But their task at hand now is just to keep this Walter State team from adding anything else here in the bottom of the 6th as they have this 5-run lead. The Bucks with 3 home runs today. The Senators with 2. But they have been home runs with guys on base. And we do indeed have a new pitcher for Motlow State. And it is indeed Landry Baker. Big, tall freshman. And as you can see, a righty. And actually looking for stats for Landry on the mound this season, and not seeing any. So apparently this is his first appearance on the season, and I have a young man sitting next to me that confirms that, so that answers that. Coach Dan giving Landry an opportunity to come in here and get a little taste of things up against this powerhouse offense of Walter State. Kenny Cox, who's hit a home run earlier, is the first batter that Landry will face. Kenny hitting his first homer of the season in his last at bat. Hitting .300 when the day began. Two balls, no strikes now. And catching the plate there for strike one. Cox to be followed by Miles Shore and then Jackson Walker. We've got the 7, 8, and number 9 hitters due up this inning. So the first batter that Landry Baker sees, he lets him on with a walk. The base on balls for Kenny Cox. Miles Shore up at the plate now, the left fielder. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out to short today. And showing bunt. Popping it straight up. That had to surprise the Bucs defense. I know it surprised me. Oh, 1 count now, nobody out. The race down to second, and nicely done as Fulmer there to back that up and caught it on the fly as Rodriguez Gallo's throw sailed over second base. What a heads-up play defensively for Andrew Fulmer. Cox does steal the bag, but he certainly would have advanced to third had it not been for that stellar play from Fulmer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big long look. And swinging through the pitch. And recording the strikeout. Miles Shore, that's his 3rd K of the day. One down. And that brings up the number 9 hitter, Jackson Walker. He had an infield single. He's also grounded out to short and grounded out to first. He sees a ball from Baker, the first pitch. Still have Cox down at second base. Almost pulled the trigger, and Baker gets the called strike. 1-1 with one out. The top of the, the top of the order is due up after Walker, Jackson Walker, the center fielder. Two balls and a strike. With Cole Fenton, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck. And there, a strike to even the count at 2-2. From the stretch now, the 2-2. And apparently Walker was clipped by the pitch. Another hit batsman. So 2 runners on now. As the top of the order is at bat. That would be Cole Fenton. He's walked a couple of times, a double to left field, and struck out. He looks at a first pitch strike from Landry Baker, his first time on the hill this season. Big long look, swung on, fouled down the third baseline. The 0-2. And that is fouled out of play, and Kaufman couldn't track it down. That one way out of play. A quick chat with Baker and Rodriguez Gallo. "20 minutes past 2 o'clock, so obviously we are not going to be starting that 2 o'clock game at 2 o'clock. We'll get that started for you here when they get started here. Nice stop to keep it in front of him from Rodriguez Gallo. A 2-2 count with 2 runners on. The count full with a couple of runners on, and the last thing you need with one out here is to load the bases back up with the heart of this order coming up here for Walter State. And that is a rocket out to left field. That is a foul ball. So we're still at 3-2 here. Another payoff pitch coming from Landry Baker. And another foul down the third base line. Another big long look at second. The runner on second. Just missing low, so that will indeed load him up for this deadly hitter, Holden Pantier. Holden has doubled to right and also had a two-run homer today. Leads the team coming in today in batting average, as he comes in today hitting .524. He's got 2 homers on the year and 22 runs batted in already to lead the team in RBI. And he's got a chance to add to that RBI total here with the bags juiced. Baker's pitch is outside. And coming up empty on that big cut. That makes it 1-2. Hayden Blair due up next, the catcher, the number 3 hitter. And just giving a piece to stay alive. 1-2 still. And a good solid shot out to left center. That's going to clear the bases. A base clearing double for Holden Pantier. Adding to this big lead, up by 8 now. And here is Hayden Blair looking to add on. He swings at the first pitch, laces it out toward the center field fence, and it's hauled in by Copy for the second out. Here's Blaylock now, Drew Blaylock. Big first baseman. As he looks at a ball on the first pitch. Blaylock out of Franklin, Tennessee, redshirt sophomore. Just missing outside. And a big cut. And it's another base on balls. Again, giving these guys these free passes. You're asking for trouble. Luke Graham at the plate now. Luke's had a couple of strikeouts, got hit by a pitch a couple of times. A first pitch ball. That hit sharply to short. And Fulmer collects the third out to retire the sides. We now head to the bottom of the seventh inning. Certainly not an insurmountable lead. Anything can happen in these games, but it's a tough task when you're down by 8 runs. And Sam Martell, the young man still on the hill for Walter State, has been, he has certainly been formidable. And it appears we have a pinch hitter now, as this is number 16, Caleb Campbell, a sophomore catcher. as he lifts one out toward right field. And it is hauled in down the right field line. So quickly, one pitch, one out. And another pinch hitter. It's a sophomore, number 9, Charlie Kapp. Some players getting some of their, early season action. And a big cut there. This is Charlie's 5th appearance on the season. And he's already got 3 home runs on the year. So definitely some power. Hitting 3 home runs in 4 games. As he fouls that straight back. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Charlie Kapp. And he will record the strikeout. 2 down. As Andrew Fulmer will come in. Andrew with a 2-run homer today, the number 3 batter. He looks at a ball on the first pitch. Fulmer up 3-0 now. And, of course, he was taking all the way. There's one right down the chute. 3-1. And he does end up with the base on balls. His second walk of the day brings up Nick Causey. Nick with a single to right field, a couple of strikeouts today. Nick started the day with a .368 batting average and lifts that out towards center field. And that is a blast over the fence. So it is not a give-up type of situation at all. As Nick Causey puts 2 more on the board for the Bucks, who refuse to just lay down. Now a young man stepping to the plate who has a home run today as well. That's Bennett Kaufman, a 2-run homer today, and he looks at a called strike. Should Kaufman reach, it will be the designated hitter today for Game 1, Cameron Vessels. Big golf cut there. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. And that is ball game. So a last gasp by the Bucks with that 2-run homer, but this Walter State team coming away victorious convincingly with a 15-9 win. That is going to wrap us up for Game 1. We'll take a breather and fire up Game 2, and you can find it on the Game Time Sports Network website. That would be GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. That's where you can find Game 2. And we will also attempt to get them on social media for you. But at times, when these games run a little longer than scheduled, the social media feeds don't like that very much. And oftentimes, they won't allow that second feed to kick in because it doesn't start when they thought it was going to start at 2 o'clock. Anyway, the game will be right here on GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. That is the most consistent and dependable location to find all of the Motlow State games. I'm Jay Harper. That, again, is going to wrap us up here for Game 1, but we'll get Game 2 underway here shortly. You can find it at GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. This has been a production of the Game Time